Death was ordinary in Rome. Soldiers died on distant frontiers, cut down in foreign lands whose names they could barely pronounce. Slaves died in mines and fields, worked until their bodies collapsed. Senators died quietly, poisoned at banquets or stabbed in shadowed corridors. Even emperors rarely died peacefully. Poison, betrayal, exile, assassination. Death was expected, accepted, ritualized. What Rome feared was something far more dangerous. Rome feared memory. Because Rome understood a truth most civilizations learned too late. Power does not end when the body dies. Power survives in stories. Power survives in symbols. Power survives in names carved into stone and repeated by generations yet unborn. To the Romans, memory was immortality. To be remembered was to live forever. To be forgotten was to be erased from existence itself. This belief shaped everything about Roman life. It shaped how they honored heroes, how they celebrated victories, how they punished enemies, and how they defined identity itself. Statues were not decoration. They were declarations of legitimacy. Inscriptions were not art. They were official truth. Coins were not just currency. They were propaganda that traveled the empire faster than any messenger. If your face appeared on a coin, Rome acknowledged you. If your name was carved into marble, Rome validated you. If your deeds were recorded, Rome allowed you to exist beyond death. And when Rome wanted to destroy someone completely, when killing them was not enough, it attacked that immortality. It erased them. In ancient Rome, there existed a punishment so absolute that even hardened politicians trembled at its possibility. A punishment that extended beyond execution and into the very structure of history itself. The Romans called it Damnatio Memoriae, the condemnation of memory. This was not a metaphor. This was not symbolic language. It was an intentional, systematic campaign to remove a person from reality itself. To receive Damnatio Memoriae meant your name would be removed from public records. Your face would be destroyed wherever it appeared. Your statues would be smashed or defaced. Your inscriptions scraped away. Your achievements reassigned to others. Your family disgraced. Your bloodline endangered. You would be denied not just honor, but existence. Rome would act as if you had never lived. In a civilization built on ancestry, lineage, and remembrance, this was the ultimate violence. Unlike execution, which could create martyrs, erasure left nothing to rally around. No grave to visit, no statue to mourn, no official memory to defend, no sanctioned grief, just absence, just silence. And silence, Rome believed, was control. The terrifying power of Damnatio Memoriae lay not in a single written law, but in its flexibility. It was never neatly defined in Roman legal codes. That ambiguity was intentional. It allowed those in power to wield it selectively, politically, and ruthlessly. The Senate could order it, an emperor could enforce it, a victorious rival could demand it. Its purpose was never justice. Its purpose was narrative dominance. Rome understood something deeply unsettling. History is not neutral. History is written, curated, edited, and enforced. Whoever controls memory controls legitimacy. Whoever controls legitimacy controls obedience. That is why Rome feared the dead almost as much as the living, because the dead could still inspire loyalty. The dead could still symbolize resistance. The dead could still remind people that alternatives once existed. And Rome could not allow that. One of the most chilling examples of this punishment was Emperor Geta. Geta was not weak. He was not incompetent. His greatest crime was being inconvenient. Geta ruled Rome jointly with his older brother, Caracalla. From the moment they were named co-emperors, their relationship was poison. Their hatred was not subtle. It was open, obsessive, and destructive. They divided the imperial palace into separate zones. They traveled with separate guards. They refused to meet alone. They trusted no one, not even their own mother. Rome watched in growing unease. Two emperors meant two centers of power. Two visions of Rome's future. Two narratives competing for loyalty. Caracalla decided Rome would have only one. Geta was murdered inside the imperial palace. Ancient accounts describe a brutal scene. Geta fled to their mother, Julia Domna, clinging to her robes, begging for protection. Caracalla's soldiers stabbed him anyway. Blood spilled in what was meant to be the most sacred space of Roman authority, but Caracalla understood something crucial. Killing Geta was not enough. As long as Geta was remembered, he remained a rival. As long as his name existed, supporters could rally around it. As long as his image survived, his legitimacy could be recalled. So Caracalla ordered Damnatio Memoriae. Across the empire, stonecutters were dispatched with instructions to destroy Geta's image. His name was scraped from inscriptions. His face was chiseled from reliefs. Coins bearing his likeness were defaced or melted down. Official records were altered to remove references to his reign. It was a massive operation, a coordinated assault on memory. Today, archaeologists still uncover the evidence. Statues where one emperor stands complete, while beside him an empty silhouette remains. Faces hacked away so violently that the stone itself appears wounded. Names scraped so deeply they left scars visible centuries later. Those gaps are not accidents. They are acts of power. They are proof of fear, and they reveal one of the great paradoxes of Damnatio Memoriae. The attempt to erase Geta made him unforgettable. The damage itself became historical evidence. The absence drew attention. The silence spoke louder than words. Rome wanted silence. It created scars. Another victim of this punishment was Emperor Domitian. Domitian ruled with suspicion and control. He centralized authority, humiliated the Senate, and demanded loyalty. Many feared him while he lived. Some admired his efficiency. Others despised his paranoia. When Domitian was assassinated, the Senate celebrated openly. They declared him a tyrant. Then they erased him. Statues were toppled. His name was removed from inscriptions. Public monuments were altered. He was declared an enemy of the state, even in death. And the Senate wanted Rome to forget that Domitian had ever ruled. But memory resisted. Historians wrote about him. Some condemned him harshly. Others analyzed his reforms. Some even acknowledged his competence. Domitian survived not because Rome wanted him to, but because history cannot be fully controlled. And then there was Sejanus, a man many people have never heard of, which is exactly what Rome wanted. Sejanus was not an emperor. He was more dangerous than one. While Emperor Tiberius withdrew from public life, Sejanus controlled the machinery of the Roman state: courts, appointments, executions. He cultivated loyalty, eliminated rivals, and accumulated power quietly. For years, Rome belonged to him. When Tiberius finally turned against him, the response was absolute. Sejanus was executed publicly, then erased. His statues were smashed in the streets. His name scraped from records. His family was hunted down. His children were executed, not for crimes, but to ensure his bloodline ended. Rome did not seek justice. It sought annihilation. This was not punishment. It was obliteration. And this is where the story stops being ancient and starts becoming deeply uncomfortable. Because Damnatio Memoriae did not disappear with Rome. It evolved. The tools changed. The instinct did not. Throughout history, regimes have erased people not through execution, but through silence. Names removed from textbooks, faces removed from photographs, achievements reassigned, records altered, stories rewritten. Rome used chisels and hammers. Later empires used ink and bureaucracy. Modern societies use data, algorithms, and controlled narratives. And this is why this story provokes reaction. Because people recognize it. They argue about it. They feel it. When statues are removed, when names vanish, when history is rewritten. We are watching echoes of Rome. The same fear, the same belief that memory is dangerous. Rome believed forgetting was control, but history has shown the opposite. Erasure fails because humans remember, because witnesses survive, because scars remain. The more Rome tried to silence the past, the louder it became. Scratched faces draw attention. Missing names raise questions. Destroyed monuments provoke curiosity. Rome attempted to delete people from existence. Instead, it immortalized the act of erasure itself. And that may be the most disturbing lesson of all, because it raises a final question, one that still divides people today. Is erasing someone from history worse than killing them? Rome believed it was. Death ends a life. Erasure denies that a life ever mattered. It says you were nothing. And that idea, terrifying, seductive, powerful, has shaped how power has been exercised for over 2,000 years. Rome collapsed, its empire fell, but its methods survived. If you want more stories about forgotten power, erased lives, and truths buried beneath time, this is Echoed Tales. Because some stories were not lost, they were hidden, and some erasures only make history louder.